formal presentation in front of the fellow colleagues and the participants. Yeah. I think my PPT is quite visible to all of you. Can I confirm?
Yes, yeah. We can see it.
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. And my topic is related with massive online open courses, or we can say massive open online courses, learning and researching for the knowledge economy, for the betterment of the society, and to make it civil society, equal society. So that I would like to start my presentation, my formal presentation. Before that, I would like to share one famous quote from one of the best academician, was an American writer, Alvin Toffler, was an American writer, futurist, and businessman known as for his works discussing modern technologies, including the digital revolution and the communication revolution in the academic world. And the famous quote is very lean to discuss about the educational technology and to use of technology for the betterment of the society, for the betterment of the academic world. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Where the relearn word represents the basic idea about the capacity building, to understand new things, for the capacity building of each and every scholar of the academic world. And I do believe that Acmc 2021, and the various topics covered by the various faculty, esteemed faculty members of its repute, will build a capacity towards the fellow participants of this Acmc 2021 to adhere, to discuss, and to acknowledge, and to accommodate best of its kind academic research platform, so that you can understand the power of relearn and how can you develop, how can you excel your potential of knowledge towards the betterment of the society. Yeah. I think there is any problem related with my, yeah. If we talk about quality education, if we look upon the various aspects and facets of quality education, and as we have already stated and conveyed to all of you that the education or a quality education is the foremost objective for the civil society, to make it possible to create, to make it civil society. And UN Sustainable Development Goal 4, related with the quality education, it clearly states about to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all can be the way forward to discuss and develop about the quality education, where education to everyone, education to all, and gender equality in education, an equal opportunity to all, an equal right of education to all can be the way forward, can be the best objectives to reach out the UN SDG 4, let it be the quality education, so that you can be able to understand about the power of quality education. And the knowledge economy and the massive open online course all are the basic facets, basic idea, basic foremost preliminary important idea, eligibility criteria to ensure the quality education. And next step or a next slide will cover the basic idea, let it be the higher education and key aspects of SDG 4. It's very simple to understand about ensure access to affordable technical, vocational, and higher education for all. It's very simple to understand to all of you that please ensure access to affordable technical, vocational, and higher education to all the stakeholders. And the target increase, next target is related with the increase the number of people with relevant skills for financial success. As we know that the knowledge economy or a knowledge or a skill can be the guarantee for the financial success of any of the stakeholders, any of the faculty members, any of the scholar, any of the student of our society. And next target can be understood with eliminate all discrimination in education. As we have already discussed and said, that education to everyone, education to all, gender equality in education, equal opportunity to all, and equal right of education can be the guarantee for the civil society. And next target can be understood with 4.7 is education for sustainable development and global citizenship. And we will discuss about the 4 important points related with the quality education in next slide, that how can be the massive open online course or a massive online open course can be the guarantee, can be guaranteed to access for the global citizenship of the participants, so that you can understand the power of massive online open courses and the knowledge economy. Next target is very simple to understand, increase the supply of quality teachers in developing countries so that we can be able to make it happen as civil society for the betterment of the globe, for the betterment of the world. And how can we develop the qualified teachers? It's very simple to understand. With this kind of a seminars, workshops, pre-conference forum, and the lectures, and the understanding shared from the esteemed professors of its repute, can build a capacity towards the faculty members, towards the scholars of the participants, towards the scholars of the participants of this very prestigious Acmc 2021, so that we can achieve the sustainable development goal laid by United Nations SDG 4 related with the quality education. And we can ensure as a member country of the United Nations, of all Asian country, we can ensure to develop our capacity towards the understanding of new technology, new pedagogy, new understanding related with the teaching, learning platforms. And we can develop the supply of qualified teachers for the betterment of the society and to make it convenient for the civil society. Again, if we look upon the literacy rate, a comparative analysis, this is very simple to understand with my data. so that you can understand how can we develop our society, our member nations of Asian Asian countries, related with the literacy rates, related with the capacity building, related with the knowledge economy. A comparative analysis can be the best way to understand how can we develop our society, our nation, our knowledge economy for the betterment of your nation as well as the Asian countries, as well as the member nations of the Asian countries. In the global participation in territory, education reached 224 million in 2018, equivalent to a gross enrollment ratio of 38% shares, ranged from 9% in low income to 75% in high income countries. Globally, 19% of territory students are enrolled in short cycle programs. International Standard Classifications of Education, ISCED 5, or 68% in bachelor's degree programs, about ISCED 6, and 11% in masters. We can see the data laid by the ISCED 7, and 1% in doctorate, ISCED 8, so that we can understand how can we compare our literacy rate as per the territorial education participation indicators 2018, so that we can understand how can we develop our knowledge society for the knowledge economy, to make it convenient to make it civil society, for the developed society, for the developed nation of our country. And Eastern and Southeastern Asia has the highest share enrolled in short cycle programs, approximately 33%. In Europe and Northern America has the highest in masters, it's about 20%. And its source laid by, and I have picked from the UNESCO's Global Education Monitoring Report 2020. It means, and we can discuss all these points from inclusion and education. All means all. What it means? All means all. So that each and every society, each and every country of the members nations of United Nations can be the guarantee for the developed society, can be best guarantee for the civil society. And the education and the quality education is the four most objectives to reach out sustainable development goal for quality education. And we can discuss later on about how can we achieve with massive open online course, and how can a technology or educational technology can be the guarantee for the way forward to reach out sustainable development goal for quality education. Again, if we look upon this present slide, equity in education, again related with the comparative analysis chart, and where you can look upon the various equity in education and comparative analysis chart, so that you can understand the gross enrollment ratio and the gender parity index related with the countries, related with the other countries, related with the overall academic world, global academic index, education index, related with the enrollment, related with the education, and related with the equity in education, and related with the very simple to understand, related with the gender parity. And we have already discussed, and I have already stressed upon the gender equality in education is the foremost important point for the quality education and to make it happen for the civil society, so that you can understand the equity in education and comparative analysis, so that you can understand to understand about the education and quality education, and how can we develop our society for the best society, for the developed society, as well as for the developed nation. And you can develop your society, you can develop your nation in the list of a developed nation or a developed society or a civil society. And the best way forward for the civil society. And if we look upon the infusion of educational technology, how can we develop? How can we develop the quality education? How can we ensure quality education in our society? So that we can look upon this present slide of mine. Technology with education is the most promising development in the field of education in 21st century. It provides with global learning environment which allows accessing the course material anywhere, anytime, without any geographical boundaries, so that you can understand the infusion of educational technology can be the way forward, and we can make it happen to develop and to reach out quality education for all, for our society as well. It's very simple to understand. Technology with education is the most promising development in the field of education in the 21st century. And we will discuss and look upon how can we develop our knowledge economy, so that you may be able to understand about infusion of educational technology, massive open online course, and how can we develop our knowledge economy for the society, for our nation, for any member nation of our Asian country. Again, if we look upon the one definition related with the OECD, related with the European Union organization, so that you can understand the open educational resources is very simple to understand about sharing content and knowledge differently is a driver of innovation in education. It's very simple to understand. Sharing content and knowledge differently is a driver of innovation in education. As we can correlate with this kind of a pre-conference forum, and we are discussing on the pre-conference forum, and we are explaining, deliberating our understanding, our knowledge, our insights related with our topics of your own choice, so that all the participants can understand the basic idea of this same. It's very simple to understand. Oh, I think there is a problem.
Yes, I think I will have to be the one to share screen. We're having technical problems.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Please, you may allow me to start. Yeah, please.
Yeah, can you stop the share screen?
Yeah.
And then I will just,
Please.
Jump forward to this slide. Can we start here? Thank you.
Yeah. It's very simple. It's very simple to understand about how can we reach our goal? How can we reach our sustainable development goal for related with the quality education? Any of the country, any of the nation can do it well with the use of technology. And I think it's present slide.
Yes, we can move to this slide.
Yeah. And I think can. Yeah, so that we can be understand that how can we do the best for our society. And the present slide related with the major MOOCs platforms of the world. How can we develop? How can we develop? How can we reach out with each and every learners, each and every students of our country, of our society, so that you can understand the basic idea related with the quality education. And in present slide, we have already discussed, we have already shown the present slide related with the major MOOCs platforms of the world, where you can see the platforms related with the Coursera, edX, FutureLearn, and Swayam. And I do believe that there may be so many esteemed participants of this Acmc 2021 pre-conference forum. They knew about the Coursera, edX, FutureLearn, and Swayam. Swayam is related with the Indian MOOCs platform. And you can see the country of origin, Coursera from USA, edX from USA, FutureLearn from UK, so that you can understand the power of massive open online course and the power of the control ship related with the massive online open courses from the Western countries, so that we can understand that how can we develop our society, our knowledge of economy, our country to start a platform, knowledge platform for the betterment of the society. And the Coursera has established in 2012, edX in 2012, FutureLearn in 2012. And they have already 76 million enrolled students, edX 35 million, FutureLearn 15 million. And Swayam, the Indian platform, has its 16 million learners catered their platform for their betterment and to enhance their capacity. Again, we discuss about knowledge economy so that you can understand how can we develop our society. It's related with the knowledge economy. A knowledge economy is one that utilizes knowledge as the key engine of economic growth. It is an economy where knowledge is acquired, created, disseminated, and used effectively to enhance economic development of your society. And in simple words, it means a system of production and consumption based on intellectual capital. Today, gray matters is the most durable resource of a country. And we have look upon, please, previous slide.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. If we request you for the next slide, then you may start with the next slide, please. Knowledge economy is very simple to understand. It's related with the intellectual capital. It's related with the gray matter. And gray matter is related with your mind of knowledge. And your mind is full of knowledge, full of potential of knowledge, so that we can develop any of the knowledge economy, any country of the knowledge economy, any society as a knowledge economy, to start our knowledge understanding towards the knowledge economy, towards the development of technical education, towards the development of educational technology. And in the previous slide, we have already discussed and mentioned some of the prominent platform of massive open online courses, FutureLearn, edX, and other platform, Coursera, so that you can understand the power of knowledge economy and the dominance of Western countries in this field. So the member country of Asia to start our knowledge economy, to acquire, to develop effectively, to enhance economic development with the use of knowledge economy. Next slide, please. And the four key pillars of knowledge economy, as stated by World Bank, it's very simple to understand. How can we develop knowledge economy framework? It's very simple to grow with. Economic development, enhanced and skilled workforce, effective, innovative understanding, and most of the stakeholders can be benefited and will be benefited with the knowledge, with the infusion of knowledge, with the infusion of technology, so that you can understand the power of knowledge economy. And how can you develop your nation? Can you your society? It's very simple to understand. With the infusion of educational technology, with the infusion and acknowledgement effectively of your gray matters of your mind, you can develop knowledge economy for the betterment of your society and for the development of your nation. Next slide, please. Yeah, and again, we can discuss about four key pillars of knowledge economy by World Bank. An economic incentive, an institutional regime that provides good economic policies and institutions that permit efficient mobilization and allocation of resources and stimulate creativity and incentives for the efficient creation, dissemination, and use of existing knowledge. It's very simple. It's related with the leadership of your academic institution, related with the political leadership of your country. It's very much important to understand if your management, your leading management of your academic institution, of your country is more or less having coexistence kind of understanding, so that they can promote, they can establish the knowledge economy, they can promote the knowledge economy of this regime. And educated and skilled workers who can continuously upgrade and adopt their skills to effectively, efficiently create and use knowledge, so that you can understand about the four key pillars of knowledge economy. Next slide, please. Yeah, again, we can discuss about the same point. It will be the four key pillars of knowledge economy as stated by the World Bank. An effective innovation system of firms, research centers, universities, and consultants, and other organizations that can keep up with the knowledge revolution and tap into the growing stock of global knowledge and assimilate and adopt it to local needs. It means it's simple. We can develop our knowledge economy with the use of, with the invitation of the professors, with the intellectual bodies, professors of its repute, professors of its expertise, to enhance their knowledge economy with the use of the technology as a modern and adequate information infrastructure that can facilitate the effective communication, dissemination, and processing of information and knowledge towards the society, towards the development of the knowledge economy, so that you can develop your knowledge economy for your society as well as for your nation. Next slide, please. Next. Knowledge economy and industrial revolution. I do believe that there may be so many participants of this very prestigious Acmc 2021. They knew about the Industrial Revolution 4.0, in which we can discuss, we can acknowledge, we can understand the power of knowledge economy and Industrial Revolution 4.0. And it's related with the coexistence. And in the knowledge revolution, it's an Industrial Revolution 4.0 can be led by the knowledge economy. I must ensure and assure to all of you, the Industrial Revolution 4.0 will be led by the knowledge economy. And two strong and influential pillars of knowledge 4.0, which are the Internet of Things, IoT, and the knowledge economy. Internet of Things and the knowledge economy will lead the industrial revolution 4.0, so that you can understand the power of knowledge economy and how can we overcome, how can we lead, how can we develop our society, our nation, and to build up a strong building for the industrial revolution 4.0. And it is possible to state and to discuss about so many points related with the idea, related with the understanding of knowledge economy and how can we develop our society, our nation. As we have already discussed so many important points related with the uh, massive online open courses and learning and researching for the knowledge economy, related with the members of Asian countries, or a general kind of understanding related with the every country, each and every member country of our nation, of our Asian countries region. But now we can discuss about online learning technology initiatives, online initiatives related with the online learning technology in India, so that you can able to understand about how India can be the best example to address and to acknowledge and to introduce the so many understanding of the same. And if you may allow me, then we can discuss about these so many things related with the understanding, acknowledgement, and engagement in the revolution 4.0 in India, or we can conclude it with the massive open online course and knowledge economy with all the members country of our Asian region. If organizers will allow me, then we can discuss about the Indian panorama, Indian perspective, Indian understanding of the MOOCs, massive open online course and knowledge economy, or we can conclude here and to discuss about and to receive your question, and we will welcome your question, and we will try to discuss and try to showcase my insights, my understanding in front of you related with your question and related with my answer. Whereas I do believe that all the members, nations of Asian region, they all have very distinct kind of geopolitical and geoclimatic situation in our country, so that we can understand, we can discuss so many important points related with the MOOCs, related with the knowledge economy, related with the educational technology, related with the infusion of understanding of the same. Yeah. Please, you can direct me. Can we proceed next, or we can take it some questions from the participants and we'll discuss further.
All right, Dr. Tripathi. Yes, this is Dino. Yeah. So unfortunate that we don't have much time, so we may proceed with the question coming from the audience. And
I would like to welcome all of you.
Yes. By the way, I would just like to remind the audience that if you have questions, kindly put it in the chat box, and then I'm going to call you, and you can ask your question directly to Dr. Tripathi. But Dr. Tripathi, this is the first question coming from our audience. How MOOC helps attain the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals?
It's very simple to understand, Dino, and I would like to request to all of the participants that the United Nations already requested to reach and to fulfill the objectives of SDG 4, quality education. And if we want to discuss, if you want to reach out, if you want to reach out each and every student, so the technology or a massive open online course can be the way forward. So that I can give you one example, one case study related with my country, related with my India. As we have already discussed about education to everyone, education to all, gender equality in education, quality education to all, can be the way forward to adopt and to start and to acknowledge MOOCs, MOOCs, that in our country, we have very distinct kind of a geopolitical and geoclimatic situation. In Delhi, we are in the capital area, capital of our country, but in Jammu, J&K, Jammu and Kashmir, it's a hilly area. Whereas it is northeastern part of our country, they have the very distinct kind of a geoclimatic situation. In India, we have a southern part, it's the southern coastal part of the nation. So that the very distinct kind of a geoclimatic situation there, in which the Western countries, Western part of our India, we have very distinct kind of a geoclimatic situation. So that the students of the hill stations, hilly areas, coastal part of the area of our country, we cannot reach each and every student to impart our knowledge, in the classroom teaching, in the traditional or a conventional type of a teaching. So that the modules, virtual platforms, educational technology with education can be the way forward. They can reach from northeastern part, from the southern part, from the western part, for the northern part of our country in India. They can reach the best of the knowledge, best of the content of the professors of Delhi or a metro area. They can reach very simple manner, and they can reach their courses in any time, in a morning, in a daytime, in a evening. There is no limitation. There is no restrictions, and they can reach. They can access the best of the knowledge of the professors. But it cannot be possible. How can be possible to reach out the Acmc's 2021 pre-conference forum if the student will not reach the Auckland or a Philippine or a Malaysia or a Thailand? But the virtual platform or an online platform can be the best way forward, can be the best platform to reach out and to collect all the esteemed participants, to reach out in every participants of this seminar, to discuss and disseminate our knowledge towards the participants, towards the esteemed participants of this Acmc 2021. It's very simple. We can invite Professor Ajwan, Professor Dino Cantor, Professor Smith Gunjrati to reach out my students and students from our country as well. And we can engage, we can develop collaboration for the betterment, to enhance the understanding of the Indian students with your expertise, your experience. And it's the online platform can be the way forward, like MOOCs, Massive Open Online Course, for each and every country.
Thank you so much for that very wonderful answer, Dr. Tripathi. Here's another question, and this is coming from Smith Bonchatima of Thailand. Yeah. And this question is, in your opinion, what area of the MOOCs should be researched as media and communication scholars?
There are so many things we can develop, Dr. Smith, and I would love to contribute. I would love to collaborate for any kind of a project, because we have already discussed and we have already reached. I am the first MOOC coordinator, Massive Open Online coordinator of my university, as well as I am the national coordinator of my MOOC project, Society and Media. And you can reach out by the search on the Google, Simple Society and Media, Swayam Dr. Durgesh Tripathi. And I have already associated with the National Mission on Education through ICT in India from 2015. It's the first international program of our country, where we have developed the India's nationals and our national largest repository for the higher academic institutions, so that you can find out so many things related with the InfliBetNet and EPG Pathshala. And related with your question, Dr. Smith, in what area we can develop? There may be so many important topics and points. Let it be Internet of Things. Let it be the deep fakes, cheap fakes, revenge porn, augmented reality, virtual reality, capacity buildings program. Let it be the professional understanding, professional development of any scholars. Research area, some of the key research area can be the best way forward to reach out. And I have already discussed with some of the online universities of Central University, Central Europe, to develop and to collaborate new MOOC courses related with the Indian subcontinent or member Asian countries, so that we can develop, we can contribute, we can develop some MOOC course on Internet of Things, cheap fakes, media literacy, misinformation, disinformation, some of the media management, some of the professional management kind of understanding, and so that we can be able to attract social media marketing, digital media marketing and public relation. It's the core area where we can discuss, we can invite the students, we can attract more and more scholars from all over the country, all over the Asian countries, as well as the international countries as well.
Yeah, thank you so much again, Dr. Tripathi. Although Smith has a comment that it might not be very true for all nations, like language barrier is one of the things that he sees as a problem. Not everyone in Thailand speaks English the way we do in India and in the Philippines. But here is another question coming from...
Dino, I would like to request one more thing, and I would like to complete with one or two lines with the Dr. Smith's comments. As we know that we have the same language problem, and you can understand, Dr. Smith, in India, we have more than 20 languages, and Hindi, prominently dominated by the Hindi and English. But we can develop with the some courses, international courses in English, as well as we can develop some of the courses in our regional languages, in our national languages, so that we can reach and access with the subheadings, with the voiceovers kind of a media practices we already do, so that we can reach and we can develop our, and we can develop our best. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. And here's a question coming from one of our secretariat here. Prior to the pandemic, how popular are the MOOCs in India?
It's very important, very contemporary question. And I have already shared my PPTs to all of you, to Secretariat. And you may found that after the where I have restricted my presentation, and after completion of my restricted my presentation, if we look upon the Indian perspective, Indian future prospects, Indian experience related with the COVID-19, that you can understand the power and rising power of the MOOCs in India. And we have 61% growth during the pandemic COVID-19 in India, related with the enrollment of MOOC courses, so that you can understand the power of MOOCs. As well as we have stated already, mentioned some of the PPTs, some of the data in my PPT in later on, so that you can understand the power of knowledge economy, power of revenue. And we have already stated that the US dollar revenue that came from in 2019, but in 2021, they have developed with the CAGR of some of the 10% is equal to 10% of CAGR. Their growth rate rated with the CAGR 7.4%. So that you can understand the power of revenue, power of MOOCs, and in the pandemic and the COVID-19 situation has compelled us to discuss and to meet on the virtual platform. And in lockdown, if you want to acquire, to develop your skill, the MOOCs can be the best way forward to develop your skill, to acknowledge, to adhere, and to develop your understanding for any of your topic, any of your related topic or any of the interest related with the topic.
Right. Thank you. Now, here's another question, and this is coming from Kairia Raman of New Zealand. What recommendations can you give to train sufficient qualified teachers for the MOOCs for developing nations?
Yeah, it's always been challenged to all the developing countries or member nations of Asian countries. But we look forward to discuss our society as good as possible, because we have already engaged with some of the international programs, international platforms for the capacity building, so that all the faculty members, all the teachers can be benefited for their development, for their skill development, so that we can be able to showcase and we can be able to contribute our best efforts for the development of the MOOC courses, for the capacity building of our teachers as well. It's very simple.
Right. Here's another question coming from a person who doesn't want to be named. And the question is, what are your hopes and your frustrations in the practice of MOOC compared to those who are in the developed and developing countries? You know,
It's very simple to understand, but it's very close to my heart, because I have already run through three cycle of my MOOC course in India, so that my basic insights and my basic understanding will throw lights on your question as well. First question is related with the frustration. I can understand the problems related with the same of, as we have already discussed, with same geopolitical and geoclimatic situation in each and every country of member nations of Asia. Some of the related with the infrastructure problem, some of the related with the data speed problem, some of the electricity type kind of a problem, so that we can face some challenges to reach out and to enroll and to accommodate and to attract more and more scholars. First. Second, the second point is related with the key, so that how can we overcome with this kind of challenges related with the MOOC course. But I look forward that our society, our students will understand the limitations and capacity and restrictions of the MOOC course, so that they can accommodate, they can adhere, they can acknowledge the MOOC courses for their betterment. As well as related with my hope, I do believe that I have gone through some data, some observations, some research papers related with the South Asian countries or Asian countries. And I do believe that in upcoming days, in future, we can attract more and more people, students and scholars from the developing countries, because the major challenges related with the students and scholars of the developing countries is related with the idea, related with the knowledge, related with the reach and access of the potential knowledge. As we can discuss with the Philippines or Auckland or from Delhi, we cannot compare the knowledge, reach and access of the knowledge to compare with the Delhi, New Delhi, Auckland, Manila or Kuala Lumpur to the 200, 300, 400 kilometers so far from your capital of your country. We cannot compare the reach, access and knowledge and the level of the knowledge of the faculty members and knowledge of the information shared on the MOOCs from the capital city of your country and towards the remote area of your country related with the 300, 400 kilometers. So that the students from the remote area can be the best target of our MOOC. Number one. Number two, the metro area student can be able to find the courses of international repute, or can be access to courses related with the international standard, because the international MOOC platforms are charging very high, $300, $400, $500 per course, per professional courses. And our country, or a developing country's platform, as we can discuss and as a case study in our country, in India, SWAYAM platform is allowing each and every student to access and reach and take understanding and knowledge and access each and every course free of cost. Free of cost. And there may be so many courses related with the artificial intelligence as well, computers technology, social media marketing, so that the students of the metro area can access the free. And if they allow, if they want to get a certificate, then they can charge for 500 rupees. We can say it's related with the $700 to $800 only for the certificate, for the completion certificate. But you cannot allow any of the free certificate from the international platforms, international MOOCs platforms like edX, FutureLearn, and other platforms.
That's really something. I mean, there are a lot of opportunities with the MOOCs. I can see that. And let me just remind our audience that we are going to, or we have uploaded, or we have sent the link in the chat box, the copy of the PDF of the presentation of Dr. Tripathi. We are sorry that we cannot present it to you because of time constraints, but we have sent a copy of the PDF of the presentation of our speaker, which you can find in the chat box. And we are also reminding our audience that for you to be able to get a certificate for this online forum, kindly fill out the evaluation form, and the link for the evaluation can actually be found as well in the chat box. And here's the last question that we will be asking to Dr. Tripathi, and this is coming from Ricky Abalena of the Philippines. How acceptable are MOOC certifications in India? And do you have national policies that support these MOOC certifications?
Very nice question and very authentic question related with my presentation. And thank you all the questions that you have requested me to answer. It's very related to my personal experience and understanding related with the MOOCs course and the OER, as I am the true believer of democratization of education. And I do believe that the MOOCs are the best way forward for the best guarantee for the democratization of education for every society. And as you have discussed and you have questioned about the authenticity. Yes, in India, we have a national policy. We have started this adoption of MOOCs courses in our country, in India, and we have started our acceptance, acknowledgement in higher academic institutions of our country in India from 2017. In 2017, a Government of India's Gazette has explained and requested to all the higher education institutions of our country to accommodate up to 20% of the credit from the MOOCs courses, from the massive open online courses, so that you can understand the power of MOOCs. Again, in 2020, in last year, after the impact of COVID-19 situation, Indian government, Ministry of Education has started and accommodated and allowed that any of the higher education institutions in India can accommodate up to 40% of MOOC courses in their pedagogy. And I feel proud, privileged. I am the course coordinator of my MOOCs course, and that can be found on the SWAYAM Government of India platform. And after completion of any Swayam MOOCs course that can be found on the Government of India page, on the Government of India platform, on the Swayam platform, any of the student, after successfully completion of the course, they can receive certificate duly authenticated by the emblem of the Government of India, emblem of the Swayam platform, emblem of the university logo that have offered the MOOCs course. As we have already shown and included the one of the certificate, sample copy of the certificate of the same in my PPT. And anyone can find in the previous, in the last slide, second to last slide of my PPT, of my presentation, they can find a one picture of the slide related with the certificate, where you can find the emblem of Government of India, university name and other things. Then there is no question related with the authenticity of MOOCs courses in India.
All right. So thank you so much for answering the question of our audience from the Philippines. Now, thank you so much for this, and that ends our open forum. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I will be calling the president of the Asian Congress for Media and Communication, Dr. Azman Asmawati, to give invitation to the audiences here for the research cluster group that she is forming. Azwan?
Hello, Dino. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you, our president, madam.
Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon all.
Walaikum assalam from India. Namaste. Shadar namaste to all of you.
Namaste. A very exciting talk by you. My PhD was on economic journalism and K-economy. Too bad we couldn't hear all, but that was good nevertheless. Okay, as I mentioned last month during my talk, that we will have a research cluster whereby all of us who are here and who are also not here, but can be invited to join so that we can keep the passion burning, we can keep the research going. Never mind at what stage you are, how you feel about it, the group is here to support. Okay, the group is a very serious group, which means we are serious about supporting each other, but we're going to have it in a very fun way. So it doesn't have all the time talking about methodology and the crux of your research. It can be about how do you manage to be alive during your research? How do you manage to go on? So I'll be getting all the email address after this forum. I will email everybody and then we will create a group. We will decide whether it's going to be I think the easiest one definitely will be a Facebook group because everybody can come in easily. But I will email everybody first when I get the list. We didn't do the first time because we wanted more for the second one, and then we start going. So looking forward to this group. Nobody is the boss here. We are all equal. We are sharing for social, mental support for all of us who are very much into research because we love knowledge. We love our society with that spirit. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
So nice of you, our President, Madam. And I do believe that we look forward to enhance and to establish the collaboration for each and every kind of academic development, for the development of the civil society, for the development of the gender equality, and for the development of the marginalized society.
Yes.
And so that we can discuss and we can collaborate our member nations of Asian country, so that we can develop our ACMC society to look forward to develop our ACMC in front of any of the Western dominance.
Right. Thank you so much, Aswan. And I hope that everyone who is interested in doing research in media and communication will participate in this research cluster that Aswan is forming. And we are happy to help one another because,
Yeah,
again, this is collegiality. This is like there's no boss here, as Aswan said. Everyone here is co-equal and we can all contribute what we know for us to
great, great.
develop a culture of research.
Yeah,
Right. Thank you. Now, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I will be calling the ACMC Secretary for Media Education, Kairia Raman of Auckland University of New Zealand, for her invitation to the 2021 ACMC International Conference on November. Kairia?
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
yeah, quite
Right, I'm
audible.
going to turn on my screen. It's night here. I'm not sure if you can see me. Right, can you see me now?
Yeah,
Wonderful. So I'm here in Auckland, New Zealand. It's terribly cold and freezing. It's in the evening, but it's my pleasure to tell you a bit more about the conference in November. So we've sent out the call for papers, and the deadline for us in New Zealand is 30th June. So you do have a few more days. And the conference theme is pretty broad-based. It's called Change, Adaptation and Culture, Media and Communication in Pandemic Times. And it's between the 25th and 27th November. So that's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And the streams include reinventing communication paradigms, broadcast media in flux, media influence and impact, public relations theory and practice, so on and so forth. There's quite a bit. What we're trying to say is there's enough content for you to write in the areas that are of interest to you, and submissions are also on the website. So please do submit your abstracts. It'll be wonderful. Oh, thank you very much. Dino, for putting that up. So those are the important dates. You can download the call for papers. We look forward to hosting this conference at AUT, Auckland University of Technology, together with the Asian Congress for Media and Communication. Also, can I say that next week, not next week, next month on the last Saturday, I will be giving a talk on how you can strategize your publications. So more specifically, let me have a quick look. Right. So my talk will be developing a research portfolio for those of you who are putting together, you're an emerging researcher, and I'll be talking about strategizing interest for publication. So that's it from me.
Thank you so much, Kairia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our program for today. We thank Dr. Tripathi. We thank you all for attending and for joining us. We would like to invite you again next month, that's July 31, 2021, as Kairia said, for the third installment of our pre-conference forum. Kairia will be discussing the topic, developing a research portfolio, strategizing interest for publication. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. And we would like to thank you all. And please do not forget to answer the evaluation form for you to be able to get a certificate. So thank you so much. Take care and stay safe.
Photo shoot.
Okay, can we ask everyone to open their cameras for photo documentation? Okay.
Okay, 1 minute. 1, 2, 3. This is first group. Second group. 1, 2, 3.
One
Third
more.
group. Yeah, one more.
Okay, are we done?
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, thank you so much once again for attending our second installment of the pre-conference forum series. See you again next month. Stay safe, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye. Have a nice day to all of you.
Thank you all.
Thank
Goodbye.
you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tripathi.
Thank you, Dr. Tripathi. Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you, Dr. Tripathi.
Thank you, President Madam, Professor Ajmi, and Dr. Smith, and all of you, Dino.